Howdy, friends. Welcome back to another episode of A Little R&R. I'm Reagan, and this is Brooke. Okay, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
I really want you to because I want to see where you go.
Okay.
Are you wanting to see where I... Okay.
No, I say mine are just they're random. So.
I know, it seems like I have a theme on this one, so yes, I'm ready.
I don't have a theme. I have you ever broken a bone? And or what is your worst injury? Which I guess you can answer both.
Okay, so yes, I've broken a bone. I feel like if it were a thing to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for breaking the same thing like a number of times,
multiple times,
that would be me. And it was, even though it was only like 5 times, I swear it was 5 because it just kept re-breaking.
That's still kind of ridiculous that it was.
Isn't it like the same thing? Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so, but it was because there was a different issue happening. Like my tendons were causing fluid to just like kind of cascade, like be like trapped inside.
You didn't say what you broke though.
Oh, I'm sorry. My foot.
Yeah, there you go. I know that, but you do not. Nobody else.
Well, we talked about it earlier too. So I was like, okay, did I say that already? Are we real life or are we?
Yeah, it's real life.
So I broke my right foot. Initially, the break happened. I think it actually started with my toe, like my second toe, and my last toe, because it was like my 5th metatarsal bone. That's this thing right here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like on the outer edge of my foot. Okay.
Yeah.
And so initially at a dance, I remember being stepping out and I broke my toe there, like whenever I was there for the Tiger Ride. So like in high school. And then I think that was the first thing I'd ever broken. Yeah. Okay. And basically it went downhill from there. I was making up
breaking the same thing.
And because now, to be fair, I was like, okay, well, I have to have money and like I need to like work and I serve and I'm on my feet all day.
Yeah, you didn't let things properly heal because you were constantly on your feet.
They made it seem like I could freaking just wear this boot and it was going to be fine. Okay, I pumped it up, a little tighter, and it was like going to be like a cast. So it was like fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that worked.
Well, anyway, I mean, really, they should know
they should have casted you from the first beginning.
Right. I think so too.
Instead of a boot, because.
But initially, though, it was my toe. But then I dropped like a glass rack at work.
Ooh, yeah.
Like full of 25, probably 30 glasses.
Yeah.
And that is what then got the side of the foot.
Rest of it. Yep.
Yes, but it was like that had healed. Supposedly,
quote unquote, yeah.
The toe part had healed.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and basically like after that, it was like I was going up the stairs or like I stepped wrong, and then it was like, oh, I hit it on the edge, like the tub of like the side of the shower because we had like a tub shower situation, and just like crazy things, right? And it
did
just
you
like
get it on the couch one day too, like doing a cartwheel?
Yes, I mean no, a coffee table. It was a coffee table, and I broke the glass.
That's it. Yeah,
I broke the glass.
I remember you were doing a cartwheel inside.
Yes, yeah, but gosh, it seemed like I had all the room in the world.
And you're not that tall, so it's not like you needed a lot of room.
And our basement seemed so big, but like now, whenever we went in before we moved, I was like, dang, this used to look like so big to me down here. Like, oh my gosh. So anyway, so that would be, what was the question? Like the worst.
Have you broken any bones, and what was your worst injury?
Okay, I feel like I have to though go with, I don't know, it wasn't necessarily an injury, but it caused me a lot of pain and dietary things as I had my gallbladder out. I think it was 2018.
I feel like that counts. I think it was sooner than that.
But
I thought it was like right when we graduated high school, wasn't it?
Wait, I take it back. No, because I was with Connor. Because his mom, that's the way that I found out what was going on.
Gotcha.
Thank goodness I was with him, because like the mom having it out made like, she's like, you need to have your gallbladder tested. Like do the functionality test. And mine was stuck in contraction. I just changed my mind because I forgot about my actual foot surgery, because they said that was the 3rd most painful. It's brain, heart, and the surgery I had on my foot.
Oh, crazy.
And Pepper's paw then got stuck like 2 days after surgery in my soft cast. Ripped out a couple, like ripped it a little. Ooh, I still feel that. When I look at her, I'm like, girl, you did me dirty that time, Pep, and I can't look at you right now.
That gives me chills because that had to hurt. Like,
oh gosh, yeah, I think I was in so much pain that I don't even know that words or anything was like. Christopher was like, I just like squeezed his arm, and I was like, he's like, I don't know what he's like, Pepper. Like, Pepper, get out. He's like, should I move her? Because like the paw was like, on the saw, like it was like a basically that ace bandage thing.
A big ace bandage, yeah.
Oh. Yes. So I yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
And like what else? You know, I feel like I then had like the craziest health things. So okay, what about are you answering too?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So I never went to the doctor for it. So I don't know for sure if it was broken or not, but I'm pretty positive it was. My second toe on my right foot.
Same. That was the one that I started this all.
The reason I say I'm pretty positive it was broken is because when I looked down at my toe, it was this way. Like instead of being parallel with my big toe, it was turned almost at a right angle towards my other little toes.
So I would say that it was broken then.
And me being me, I just turned it back the right direction.
No, you did not.
I did.
You were like, oh, I popped, but like it's fine. I'm just gonna pop it.
I said, oh, that didn't feel good. That doesn't look right, and just turned it back how it's supposed to be.
Did you think it was like dislocated? Is that why? Maybe.
Pretty much. Yeah, just kind of turned it back. But anyway, so what had happened was I was at my friend Sarah's bachelorette party. We had not even been drinking yet, so I felt all of it.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, we had her, I think it's her cousin. She was pregnant and with our DD. So she was in the driver's seat. Then we had her other cousin in the other front seat. We had 3 girls in the middle, and then me and another girl in the very back seat of a Durango. So there was 3 rows of seats.
Your Durango?
Oh, no, this is after I got rid of the Durango.
There was another Durango?
Yeah, not mine. But anyway, so we went to her house to pick up like coolers and stuff so we could go do whatever we were going to do. Or maybe we were dropping stuff off. Either way, we stopped at her house to get some stuff, and then we were going to leave. I had gotten out of the back of the Durango, and the way I stepped out, I had my right foot on like the Rn'R. Yes. And then I stepped out with my left because that was the way I was going, but my right foot slipped off of the Rn'R and pulled my toe the wrong direction.
Because I know you was in flip-flops.
I was in sandals.
You know what
they were strappy sandals, but they were flat sandals. So it was just a weird situation. Anyway, looked down, I was like, ooh, my toe shouldn't be going that direction. So I just.
And you're like, let me just go ahead and put this back.
I really didn't think about it. I say it was almost at a right angle. It was really just kind of crooked, but you could tell it was not the right direction the toe was supposed to be facing.
At that point, it was at a right angle, and you are like the bone, you could see the bone, you thought, and like there was, yes.
But anyway, so I turned it back the direction it should have been facing. And I'm telling you, it looked like somebody had dumped mud on my foot because of how fast my foot bruised. And how black that bruise was. It was.
Ooh, see, I never bruised, really. So it was hard for me to know if it was broken. I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, so it was nice and bruised. And then we ended up going to a bar in Butler, because that's where she's from. So we went to a bar in Butler just to drink, do karaoke, hang out.
Blame it on the bar.
Yes. And people in cowboy boots were stepping on my feet. I thought I was gonna have to punch some people. I'm like, can we walk on our own feet, please?
I don't know how you're not in jail. Like, I would have been like, you mother, God, like, I would have been like a chihuahua.
Yeah, I was like, okay, the toe is already bruised and you're just making it worse. Can we stand on our own feet, please? So anyway, after I got up the next morning, after all that, like I had drinks.
Oh, that's like the worst thing that you could have ever done.
No, I didn't have that many drinks because I
was like,
on,
oh my gosh.
I had like one because like I wasn't gonna pay for that many drinks.
Oh yeah. Anyway, ooh, yeah. I didn't realize that you were like expensive. You know,
yeah. So anyway, got up the next morning. I was like, yeah, that does not look great. Anyway, well, and like there's not a whole lot you can do for a toe. It's kind of like breaking a finger. You can just kind of buddy tape it and call it a day.
And then that don't even stay on these little toes or whatever, you know?
So it was just like, I'm just going to have to hobble for however many weeks till it heals. So that one, I would say is probably broken. I guess kind of counts as my worst injury. I do have a finger that I can't pop anymore.
Oh yeah, what happened to that one?
I can't pop this knuckle, my second, like my first knuckle on my ring finger on my right hand. I was playing indoor soccer when I was probably 9, 10, 11, somewhere around in there.
Oh, dang, that far back?
It's been a long time. And I was playing goalie, and I put my hand on the ball to stop the ball. And this girl came in and slide tackled my hand, which you're not supposed to slide tackle in indoor soccer, but she did it anyway. And she jammed my finger. She hit the top of it and jammed it to where I couldn't bend it for a while. So it was buddy taped with the middle finger for a long time. And then, yeah, I still, like, it finally obviously healed. I can bend it and do all that, but I can't pop that knuckle anymore.
Oh my gosh. And then that would drive me crazy because, like, I pop my fingers.
I pop my
whole body.
Yep. Yep, me too.
Yeah.
Drives me up a wall that I can't pop that finger, but I have tried. Like, if I could just push through it, I would, but I might throw up if I do. Like, I have tried to will myself to do it and I can't do it.
Now you're giving me like the willy-nillies or something because it's like
oh. So, all right, your turn.
Okay. I was like trying to narrow it down because I had like so many favorite ones. This is so funny, but I'm gonna do it because like I actually have a good answer.
Okay. I have one that I'm gonna ask, but we need to cut out because I think it'll piss too many people off. I have another. I have another one.
But wait, go ahead with it. Go, because I'm not gonna be able to focus now.
No, really though, it's your mom will have a reaction. My mom will have a reaction. It will piss a lot of people off, and if people from church are listening, it will piss them off too. But I think it's very funny.
So, okay, wait. So what if we like kind of give like after we say like our real answer, what if we give kind of like a fluff answer and try to
there's no fluff.
No fluff? Okay.
You can't fluff it.
Okay, go.
I will ask the question. We'll answer it and then you can just cut it out or clip it for something else.
Okay.
But to me, I find it very funny, and I'm pretty sure I've sent you a video on it because I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. But I do have another question that we can actually use.
Okay.
But this one is, so communion, you have bread and wine.
Okay.
Bread is the body of Christ and blood, wine is the blood of Christ. Okay.
I thought you were saying red, like red wine is the blood of Christ. and I was like, yeah. Go on. Sorry.
So the question is, in communion you have the bread and the wine that is the body and blood of Christ. What would your bread and wine be? So my answer is a chicken strip and Dr. Pepper.
Okay, this is not. That is literally hilarious because it's basically
I think it might piss people off.
But it's basically just asking what is like your like necessity, like the thing that like you have to have, the two things that would be you consider.
And I think they're gonna think that's gonna be sacrilegious.
No, I don't think so. I think we can say, oh, here, I'm going to say this part. So, okay, us good Lutheran girls, hashtag maybe kind of like, we try to go when we can because work and bills, adulting is hard, okay? We are both believers, but this next question that Reagan has is literally, we want everyone to know that, like, it is, we believe in God. We are not
totally for fun.
Yes, and like we just like the idea of the question because of how like it just goes to show that like what would your body be part of, or like your body and blood. So Reagan, ask it.
So in communion, you have the bread and wine, which is the body and the blood of Christ. What would your bread and wine be?
Okay, so you're giving your answer, or do you want me to go?
I have mine. If you
you go, so I can like know what I want to say.
My bread would be a chicken strip, and my wine would be Dr. Pepper.
Oh my gosh. Okay, because like the wine is like your blood, right? And then
yep.
Okay, so mine obviously would be Diet Coke.
Yep.
Okay, for like the wine portion. Yours. And then, gosh, I would say like recently, it's Pirate's Booty. That would be my freaking body. I could eat like the family size bag or banana pudding. Like, I don't know. Does it have to be? Because that one's like a wafer, right? So it's not meat. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'd say I can't remember what, because the video I saw was this girl that was asking the same thing, and she was saying what hers would be, and I can't remember what her answer was, but I was cracking up at it, and I was just like, if that was like my answer, I automatically obviously thought Dr. Pepper, because
right, and I immediately was like Diet Coke.
Yeah, Diet Coke. Yeah, exactly. But then I was like, but what would be a good, like, what would the food one be?
I know, that's hard.
Be? And so I was like, well, it could be a Cheez-It. But I was like, nah, I like Cheez-Its, but it's not that. But I was like, nah, I like chicken strips are kind of my go-to when I go anywhere. If I don't, like, if I'm really just like, I can't decide what I want, I will just say screw it and go with a chicken strip because it's easy. I know I'm going to like it. Like, sometimes I just don't feel like venturing out. So that's.
And it's like you're safe. It's like you're going to love it every time, no matter what, where you are.
Exactly. I'm never disappointed with a chicken strip.
Right? You know what? You sound like Michaelin, I do know how to say her name, with potatoes. She's like, yeah, I love mashed potatoes. I love French fries.
All the forms.
I love sweet potatoes. I love, and she'll like list them all up. And then she's like, I love baked potatoes. Like, she like keeps going.
There's grilled shrimp and fried shrimp and coconut shrimp. We go
Joey Tribbiani. Oh, I thought it was Joey Tribbiani.
No, Forrest Gump.
Well, yeah, I guess that's been a long time since I've seen that movie. So listen here, Lieutenant Dan, we're cutting it off. Okay, so is it my turn for a question?
It is your turn, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask this one, and we may or may not use this one because I have an answer, but I'm worried you won't have an answer.
Okay.
What is one question you dread being asked? I'm going to give you mine first.
Okay.
Because coming from like personal experience with anxiety, depression, like and just anything and everything that comes with that.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Just checking in. How are you doing?
Yeah.
That I do not like. I honestly, and I don't even ask that like in general to people anymore. I'll be like, how's your day been? What'd you do today? Like, I say like something else because I
general
like
version,
cringe.
but not that. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I like cringe from that because it's
that makes sense.
I actually feel like I want to lay in bed. What?
I say, do you want the real answer or do you want me to just fluff it up for you and make it happy?
It's like I actually feel like I want to lay in bed and I like maybe it may or may not have been like, I wonder like what that does feel like to cut, or like I wonder what that
like these are the thoughts I'm actually having.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh well, but I actually don't like sharp thin knives, so okay, nope, I'm good there.
Maybe not.
But then like, okay, yeah, I just want to lay in bed and I may or may not have like, who knows when I showered last or who knows what. Like, don't be freaking asking me.
You're like, actually, I want to punch you in the face for asking that question, but I'm not gonna.
Well, Mike, you better watch it because I know he's going to be coming for me. How are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like the tone. It's like the one where, what is that show or something where he's like, oh, you see, it's Friends with Monica and Richard. And he's like, oh, yes, you're doing the head bob. I'm doing okay.
I'm okay head bob with the, I'm all right head tilt.
Yes.
How are you? And I'm okay.
Yes, yeah, right? Yeah, lots of head tilts coming my way.
That's funny.
So what about you?
Yes,
I want the real answer, if that's what you were asking me for earlier.
No. I was saying, like, whenever people ask you, how are you doing?
Okay.
Do you want the real answer or do you want...
I for half a second wasn't sure, so I wanted to make sure that I asked that in case that's what you meant.
No, you're good.
What's one question you dread being asked? I just wanted to say it again in case we...
I kind of feel like it's a little annoying when people are like, oh, when are you having kids? Are you planning on it? Are you
getting married?
Yeah. And it's not that I dread the question. It's fine. But at the same time, it's like, I don't necessarily need to tell you my personal life. That personal.
Right. Listen, that's for the people, that's for the person who I am like doing it with. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Which again, like, fine if you ask it, that's great. But at the same time, like, and I've also read a lot of, like, seen a lot of articles, read a lot of articles of people that are like, stop asking that because you don't know that they don't have or have just miscarried, or like, you don't know what has been going on behind closed doors with that kind of stuff. So I try to ask it. So
2025, we're gonna be like 2025. Do not ask questions. Like, just come on. It's got to be like like people know too. I know sometimes there is people who don't, like, they don't mean it in a certain way.
Yeah, no, and I get that. It's at the same time, it's like, do you really need to know that much?
Yeah, and also it's not like we're over here cooking dinners, slaving over the kitchen for our husbands back in the 60s, where like that's like the only thing that you can talk to women about is the home, the family, and they're like whatever.
Exactly. Nope, I gotcha.
So okay, your last question.
Yep. Which we end up doing 3, which is fine. This one is very random,
might cut out. That one we might cut out, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll ask this one anyway. Okay, is there a place another place you want to live, whether it's another city, another state, another country, anywhere else that you'd like to live?
Christopher Robin, I do not. There's like, just don't even. He can't decide on a state, and like I'm like, okay, I know that I want to be somewhere. He actually has been to North Carolina, I think, this last week or so, and oh wait, that might be South Carolina. That's on Southern Charm. Anyway, the Carolinas, I think, are really like, because he said it's kind of actually very similar to like the Midwest, but then they have like an ocean. So it's like, you don't feel like the people are really polite. They kind of have that Southern, but not like,
I got you.
With all the beachy people or like whatever. It's like really, he said it was just really cool. And it kind of like reminded him of Kansas City, too. So the downtown area. So I like really think like I want to go there. I went there whenever I was younger, I believe. Where's Myrtle Beach at? South Carolina.
One of the Carolinas. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So I've been there when I was like in middle school or something.
Sure.
So I don't totally remember it because I was also there for dance competition. And so that was like what we were there for. I know I think I'm like about to lose this, so I gotta ask my. Oh wait, you answer. Oh wait, so either that or see, I don't think I want to live at a beach because then it just doesn't make that experience as cool.
Special appeal anymore.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way. I really like living in the Midwest because I like having the seasons. I like having the change, that kind of thing. But I also, at some point, like I would like to live near a beach too. So I don't know. I wish we could have done something kind of like what Ashton and David do, where because they live overseas most of the time and they go all over to random different places. Like I feel like that is such a cool experience to have, and that's not a it's a unique experience. It's not a common situation, you know?
Right.
So I feel like that's really cool. And had I gotten the chance to do that as a younger person, like I feel like that would be really cool to have that experience, to say, oh yeah, I've lived in 12 different places. So you could have literally like some sort of like comparison. But yeah, I really do like living in Kansas City though. Like I
know. I just
here. I like that, but yeah, I just love the beach and I could live on the beach all the time.
I also feel like too, because I have been to other like sporting games and things, like we have the coolest NFL and MLB like program, all the things. I feel like fan base, the people, like
Yeah, that's the draw. I obviously would be a Chiefs and Royals fan outside of Kansas City, but like just to be that close to them all the time, it would, nothing compares to that.
I mean, yeah, because then it's like, like I don't feel like anybody is as like die hard, or like, we have so many people that are that way. Like there's like, yes, there are people that way in the other ones.
There's a reason why we have the loudest stadium in the world.
Yes, that's because Brooke Regan lives in Missouri. I'm just kidding. I've been to like one preseason game like back in the day. Okay, so what'd you say?
I said when we weren't Super Bowl champs.
I know. Listen, and we stuck it, like we literally have been, we've been to several Royals games like when they were sucking. And like we have been through it all, so we're not bandwagon fans.
I said, yeah, we're not fair weather fans, man. We're diehards here.
Heck, my dad burned for Blue October, and we went to the World Series. He kept like one or two things from the 1985 World Series.
Oh my gosh.
And then he kept like one or two things from the Chiefs, like last time they were at the Super Bowl. I think it was with the Packers, or just, I'm probably messing that up. But anyway.
Super Bowl 4.
Great. I didn't even know that. Sounds great.
Before I think.
And like, so we were in our backyard in the middle of the summit in a neighborhood, like literally it's
making a fire,
burning all of the memorabilia. He's like, we gotta get this out of here. We just gotta start over. And sure enough, it actually worked. Dang it, he was right. Okay. Last question, because you did too, right? So this is my second one?
Yes. Because we're cutting out the one.
Yeah, because I was highlighting, so I wouldn't forget.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to have you laugh at this, at how dark my elbows got with my self-tanner right now. Because that
one looks so much I don't know which way you are. But when you're looking at that one on this, no, the other one. I feel like that one looks way darker. Yeah,
it really is. I had to laugh. I didn't realize that until I was getting ready to leave work today. I was washing my hands and I looked and I was like, oh, those are. It looks like I hit some people.
Well, mine is just dark because I literally lay on it in bed. Like it is so like it's just getting so dry, and then it's like I think I have like a permanent bruise. Like I don't know.
Hilarious.
Anyway, okay. So I think I'm gonna. I don't know why I'm like I can ask these questions anytime.
Right. But you want to make it a really good episode, so you want to ask a really good one. I know.
I know.
I have the same thought process.
Okay. I'm going to go here, but it doesn't necessarily have to go here based on our answers.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to go super deep. I'm going to go more of like a psychology, like we are human beings, like people think. Okay.
Okay.
So the question is, I just lost it. Oh, you have the power to change one thing about the world. What would it be and why?
I think mine would be just like money, the power of money. Because if you literally stop charging for things, people don't have to buy it, and then we don't have a money problem.
Yeah, it's like we've hiked it up so high, like everything is so expensive.
Well, and that's the thing, it's like if I need you to help me with something, I have to offer incentive for you to help me But if you don't require an incentive to help and you just help,
then
we didn't have to charge anything. So like you have to pay for your water, but if they didn't charge for water and you still got water,
like what's the difference?
There didn't have to be any exchange. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just remove money, I guess, is my thing. Remove money and having to pay for things.
Right. We're gonna like monopoly money it, and we're just gonna give
basically
monopoly money for a while.
Yeah, or just none at all. Because
because now in my head, right, I'm like going back, so like what if that did happen, right? So then it's like, but there is like, why did we start with money in the first place, I guess?
Right. That's so yeah, if you just remove all money, nobody has to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for, like, I don't have to make money in order to pay for something. They don't have to charge for it in order for me to get it. Like, you just remove money from all.
If we didn't have to like work, and also then it would be like, you would still, do you own this? Like I'm
right
here. I'm coming to take your house. Like, let me.
Right. So I feel like that. I mean, that's probably why you have to have some sort of proof that this is your item or whatever. But at the same time, like, I always think like I bought a soda. This soda.
I think I know why there was money. I'm gonna look it up. You keep talking. Okay.
But yeah, so I buy the soda. The soda had to be made. The bottle had to be made. You had to have water to make the soda, and like there's just steps that follow. You know, you go backwards and all that stuff.
Yes.
But I'm thinking, like, if you didn't charge for the soda because you didn't have to charge for the water, because you didn't have to charge for the syrup, because you didn't have to charge for the bottle,
right,
you wouldn't have to have that exchange. You could just take and just have. And
yeah, it would almost be kind of like a college experience, right? Where like, you know, the food, like the things that you like need or whatever are like like no money, right? And then your belongings, such as like a house and a car and phones and things like that, like, oh no, phones need to not pay. Listen, these people, no, I'd change my mind.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm gonna guess before I hit search. Okay. Was that it was something to do with like claiming land back in the day?
Probably.
And like for whatever reason, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I don't even know how to ask this question. Like, why?
I mean, because there was always, I mean, money has always been around in some form or another. Whether it was, I mean, it was pieces of silver or something like that, you know? Like, it's always been around. It's always been a thing. But I feel like you remove money from all the equations, you don't have problems anymore.
Right.
Because then you can't control things. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but
no, you are because like I feel like it's like, you know, if we took that out, we wouldn't be having these people like screaming at a debate or like the whole world against everybody because like they're mad at the politicians for the money, or I literally don't know.
We wouldn't be in billions of dollars worth of debt.
Or people wouldn't be like, I feel like that would be a fair playing field for every. I'm sorry, you talk. I can't hardly hear you. I'm not trying to stop.
You're fine. No, I'm saying it would be a fair playing field.
Yes.
And that people wouldn't be in debt trying to barely stay alive, barely afford doing this, that, and the other. Like, because if I get another example, a concert ticket, if you don't have to buy the concert ticket to go to the concert because the person that's playing doesn't require money to have whatever, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm like literally agreeing with you. And one thing that is like really sticking out to me too is like, okay, then I was thinking, well, then we wouldn't have homeless people. Well, then maybe we wouldn't have, you know, this opioid problem that we have, because it's like, I honestly, it's like the reverse psychology in me. I'm like the devil's advocate, right? I'm like, ooh, I wonder what this would look like then, or, you know.
Yeah. I say you wouldn't have hungry, you wouldn't have homeless, you wouldn't have a lot of things if money were not a problem.
Oh, I was like semi, okay? Yeah, so money evolves over thousands of years.
Yeah.
Let's take a drink.
You're good.
From a bar, I just spilled that all over. Okay. Sorry, let me start over. Money evolved over thousands of years from a barter system, where people traded goods and services without a standard price structure. The earliest known evidence of money is shell money found in the Solomon Islands that may date back to 1200 BC. Other early forms of money included bartering, commodities, tally sticks. Money has served many purposes through history, including political control. Okay, we're not going to go there. But so basically, it was like, okay, I'm out of crops. Like my crops aren't doing good. I need to like borrow. So what if I like, you know,
I'm going to give you this, so you give me this.
Yeah, I'll plow your field or whatever. I'll do something for you, and then I can get the food or whatever.
Yeah, I have an IOU.
Yes.
To do whatever. So,
yeah. Okay, so I think that actually was like kind of good, because I was trying to sit here and think about like, if I had the power to change one thing about the world, what would it be and why? And I know that I am going to like say this and I probably will regret it, but I think I would remove technology.
Okay.
Because and I've said this before, I love connecting with people and talking with people. And like, guess what? If you're an introvert, there's paper and there's pens. You can write letters to your friends with the snail mail. Like, it's just so like much more intentional. And like you actually, because then at that point, you're not going to hide behind a screen and like fake it till you make it with a text conversation with somebody you don't want to. Or, oh yeah, we need to catch up. The game of like, oh, we really should hang out soon. Like, let's catch up, you know, whatever. Right? Like, I just feel like there would be more intentional connections. People would have more like awareness for other people and their feelings and their like just kind of a little bit more forgiveness or grace or something. Like,
okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't know. I just feel like it's like now, like the kids have the tablets when they're 3 or whatever, and and I know that it's helped us a lot and it's evolved, and there are good things that came out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would like maybe all, but gosh, I just feel like we need to like restart on that too. Money and tech. Let's just, you know, get rid of it.
Over.
And we will be in a world war, whatever, in about. I'm just 2 minutes.
No.
Well, dang.
This podcast is over.
Okay, well, that is all that we have time for you guys today. We're so happy that you continue to join us and listen to us and tune in. And I know my cousin Tegan, I'm going to shout out her right now, because her and I think Shayna and my Aunt Crystal have been like listening regularly. And she was like, oh my gosh, it like sounds like you guys are in the car with me. I listened to you on my way to work, and it sounds like we're just having like a conversation with our friends in the car. And me and Reagan were like, yes, that's like exactly what we did this for. And like, just the whole reason. Yeah, a fun way to like, you know, kick off your day or end it, or, you know, go to lunch, however you spend your time, Mother, Angel, however you spend your time listening to this episode, you're going to listen, and you're going to like it.
Dang it.
And eventually we'll like, you know, be able to stop calling her out. Yeah, because she was like, I can't believe you left that phone call in there. Whereas like, I said, well, maybe like, you know, I don't know, speak nicer to your daughter and it's going to be fine.
I don't know. I thought it was hilarious.
But anyway, I've been loving hearing your feedback. I need to check the email, although I kind of gave up because nobody was
doing
us or giving us, except for Brevin. Brevin did. Okay. And he like, you know, gave us ideas. Yeah, an idea for him to come on, which we didn't like, but we're going to get him on.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes. So thank you guys so much. And we hope that you guys have a good rest of your week, because it's only Monday right now. So we're hoping that whenever you're listening, you'll be listening on Hump Day, that you have a good rest of your week. And thanks for tuning in to a little R&R. Well, I just messed it up.
We'll see you next time.
We will catch you next Wednesday for another episode of A Little R&R.
Bye.
I can't even say it. Bye.